asshole.
What is good, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, men, women and children, people of the internet, how are you today? Hopefully, all of you are having a very good day. Hopefully work, if you've been, hasn't been too stressful. If you're still in bed listening to me, I'm right there with you. That's right. Just you and me, all intimate, cozy, together. Do you like that, yeah? Well, it's not going to last forever because you've only got me for 10 minutes. That is why I'm trying to be cheery. So that, you know, I can't always be grumpy, can I? Well, I can pretty much all the time. But hey, let's get into it. What have we got for you? I've got Hitman. So, Hitman, what is it? It's basically gone back to the old style, the old format of the Hitman games, the franchise that is about the big bald guy going around killing people in a sandbox environment, which, to all you that aren't familiar, you get given a map, you wander about, and you can pretty much take on the mission how you want to do it, and, you know, it's a pretty good time. You know, murder is fun sometimes, mainly when you don't get caught. Also true to life as well as the game, but hey, who knows? Maybe I'm hiding a few bodies under my bed. You don't know. But maybe I'm not. Yeah. So, yeah. We've gone back to the old school Hitman. And I think it's a pretty good way to go, because Hitman Absolution was the odd one out, really, and they made it point A to point B in the missions. You sort of just had to kill a guy in between, and it was pretty shit because they thought it had to be more story driven and focused. And no, you can still have a story and do whatever the hell you want. Like, and it shows in this game. It is pretty good. The story itself, I'm not gonna lie, I've not paid any attention to because I'm that guy skipping cutscenes. Terrible person. Now, the way that the game has been released is really odd, to be honest with you, because it's one of those things where, you know, what they have done, it feels really like it should be an EA game. I'm not gonna lie. Because they've sold you, they've done it episodically, but it's a AAA title, so it's almost like they've gone like, here's your little bit that you can play now, but it makes me feel that the rest isn't even made yet, which is kind of, yeah, it's kind of a little bit daunting when you're spending your money. It's like, what am I actually getting? So I can totally see why that had put people off. But apparently, all the DLC will be free if you pay for the full price game, which I've done, to be fair, because I'm patient. If you're not patient, I wouldn't even suggest this game for you, because there is a lot of waiting around. I have been a numpty at times on this game and been all like, you know, sitting there for 20 minutes waiting to do something, and just no, they've not done it because I've not set it up right, and then you feel like an idiot and you've wasted 20 minutes of your life just sat there watching a screen of just a bald guy. Fuck you, Hitman. No, but content wise, so they're dropping it episodically. You're gonna get your missions monthly. You have contracts mode where you can make your own contracts, which I have an issue with, because it's that thing of, as of yet, Whether they'll add it in or not, I do not know, but you cannot share it with your friends, which to me is really odd, because it sort of brings about a competitive sort of edge to it, even though it's single player. But yeah, that I found quite odd. It's got escalation mode in it, which is pretty good, which is sort of a twist on the maps, because what it'll do is it'll add stipulations and change the target, and then it'll add more stuff onto it as you sort of replay it. It is pretty good, it's pretty interesting, and it's a pretty different way to play the level. I mean, and then you got your standard story mode. You get 2 training missions, which I personally wouldn't really call them like proper in-game missions. I think they tried to sell it as their proper in-game missions, but they're not that long and they're not that complex. There's not much thought goes into it, and it's pretty easy to suss and do, and you'll do it quick. The real meat and potatoes of this I wanted to call it a content drop, but it's not. It's a game. It's not. There's not a lot to it. But the real piece on the plate for this is Paris. What it is, you're Hitman, obviously. You're being told to take out these 2 targets that are in charge of an intelligence agency. Gosh, I can't get my words out. Intelligence agency, and they're basically selling off a list of agents, not hitmen like yourself, but James Bondy, 007, License to Kill sort of characters. Sean Connery was probably the best Bond. You don't agree with me, come at me. Yeah. So basically, yeah, they're selling off this list. You've been contracted to take them out, and the map itself is pretty big. I was like, I wasn't expecting it to be this size. Really big. It's really replayable. They've got challenges in there, so there's like, when you replay it, there's different things that you can look out for, things like that. They have opportunities, which is sort of holds your hand a little bit, which I don't like about it, but I do like how they've put them in. As you'll be wandering around, you'll eavesdrop on people's conversations, and with that, you'll find out information about what's going on. Overall, it is pretty good. I think I got a few issues with the game. As you can see on screen right now, the AI is one of them. Like, people just don't react. It feels very alive there with the amount of people and things like that, but it's missing a human element to it. Like, if you look, I'm crouching, running through crowds in the middle of a busy place that's supposed to have lots of security, and no one is arsed. No one gives a damn. I'm like doing whatever the hell I want, but unless I go trespassing, no one gives a shit. And then, along with that, the awareness of the AI is terrible, and I think it can sometimes hand you sort of things on a plate because they should be more aware. Like, you'll see now, through this door, I'm trespassing. And realistically, if it was a real life sort of thing, and I know it's a game, but you know what I'm saying. If it was real life, the security would see you creeping about, being all weird and stuff, and they'd be like, what the hell are you doing? Like, mate, you gotta go, innit? Like, I don't care how sharp your suit is, how close you shave your head. Like, no, get out. We're not friends. So that is, it's a bit of a big issue. But the worst thing is, I only really noticed it recording this review, because it's that thing of where I went out to sort of prove a point that it's shit. But yeah, and but again, it's that thing of nothing is perfect. Maybe they will tweak it. They've already had brought a patch out, and it's been done. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the only thing that has let me down with the game so far, to be honest with you. The content isn't a lot, but you can replay it quite a lot, and you shouldn't get bored. If you're not a patient person, I couldn't recommend this game to you, because it's just a lot of waiting around sometimes, setting it up and then just waiting. Like you see, like this, I cut it, but basically I planted a bomb in this woman's camera. He's gonna come along, I'll blow him up. But it's that thing of I've had to go get the thing before the camera. I got the bomb from upstairs and things like that. It's quite a bit of a setup, so it does take a bit of time, bit of patience. But overall, it's a really good game. I've enjoyed it. I give it a 7 out of 10 because of how they're selling it in pieces, and I would give it a 7 out of 10 for the AI because it can make it a bit easy, and content wise it's just not enough in the sense of what you're paying for right now. You want that sort of right now content, do you know what I mean? So yeah, that is my Hitman review. Check us out. Well, let me know what you think, to be honest with you. But yeah, check us out on Twitter at ÜWatt_, on Facebook, facebook.com/ÜWatt podcast. We're on Podomatic, and I'm here on YouTube because that's where I'm gonna assume you've been listening. So yeah, comment, like, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. We'll always converse with you if you chat to us, and I will catch you later.